Hello and welcome to your practice. My name's Keegan, the Balanced Nomad, and today I'm going to take you through this twisty flow. This is suitable for all levels, no props are required, and can be done at any time of the day, particularly in the morning or anytime you need an energy boost. We're going to start in a seated position, whatever that looks like for you. We're just going to start shutting down the eyes, quickly centering ourselves before we find some movement. Just taking some deep breaths, inhaling through the nose and releasing out the mouth with a sigh. Finding two more like this. Inhaling. Last one, big exhale. Blinking open eyes if they were shut down. Bringing fingertips to the top of the shoulders. We're just going to find some big circles here, just drawing them out with the elbows. First, moving backwards. And then we can move in the opposite direction. Coming back to center, and we're going to move to tabletop here. So bringing hands underneath shoulders and knees underneath the hips, just finding some circles out with the chest here. Just moving the upper body, whatever feels good, finding some organic movement. Moving the opposite direction. Coming back to a neutral spine, we're just going to find some cat and cows from here. Inhaling, dropping belly and bringing gaze up. Exhaling, chin to chest. Inhaling. And exhaling, rounding through the spine. Last one, inhaling to cow. And exhaling to cat. Coming to a neutral spine here, we're going to push back into downward dog. First downward dog of class, heels may or may not be on the mat, no problem either way. Can keep a slight micro bend in the legs if that feels better, maybe paddling out the feet. Just going to find a few breaths here before we start moving. And we can extend right leg straight, finding our three-legged dog. Pulling it through, we're going to come to our low lunge from here. Dropping the back knee down, we inhale, arms up above us. Finding a few breaths here. And we can bring hands to prayer in front of the chest. We're just going to lock that left elbow on top of the right knee, looking over our right shoulder. Trying to bring the hands to the center of the chest here, not just falling down, but staying up nice and tall and strong. And we can bring hands forward, coming to a plank here. A few options, either finding full chaturanga, knees, chest, chin, or dropping the knees, bending down and pulling through to cobra from here. So just choose throughout this practice whichever variation feels best. Also feel free to skip it, and you can always just meet us in downward dog. Lifting leg up, finding three-legged dog. Pulling that leg through. Dropping to our low lunge. Inhaling, arms above us. Bringing hands to prayer. We bring right elbow to the top of that left knee and look over our left shoulder, trying to focus on bringing hands towards the center of the chest. Dropping hands. Coming to plank, moving through your vinyasa. Pulling through to cobra. And we meet in downward facing dog. Inhaling right leg up, finding our three-legged dog, pulling it through. We come to our high lunge from here, so feeling lots of strength in that back leg, and we can bring arms up. Breathing in, feeling nice and strong and grounded. And we can bring left hand to the mat. We're going to find a twist from here, so extending right arm up straight. Dropping that right hand, coming to plank, and finding your vinyasa. And we meet in downward facing dog. Straightening that left leg up straight. Coming through to high lunge on the opposite side. Feeling our strength and straightening up. Right hand comes to the mat. We open up, left arm is up straight. Dropping the left hand, coming to plank, finding your vinyasa. We meet in downward. From downward dog, extending a right leg up, bringing it forward in between the hands, coming to our warrior one position. Back foot is at a 45-degree angle, toes are pointing towards the top left corner of our mat. Finding a few breaths here. And we can straighten up through that front right leg, walking the back foot in a few inches. We're going to find pyramid pose from here. So you can bring hands either to the shin, ankle, or fingertips towards the mat, but we're trying to keep a somewhat straight back here. And from here, lifting up the right hand, bringing gaze up to the fingertips. Dropping the hand, stepping back in our plank, finding our vinyasa. Meeting in downward. Coming to three-legged dog and finding warrior one on the opposite side. Back foot at a 45-degree angle. Toes are pointing towards the right corner of your mat. Straightening into pyramid pose, maybe walking the back foot a few inches forward. Bringing hands to thigh, shin, ankle, or mat. And lifting up the left hand, finding a twist. Dropping, coming back to our vinyasa. Meeting in downward. Three-legged dog, right leg up. Bringing the right foot to the outside of the right hand, coming to lizard. Staying up on the back foot. Just for a few breaths, we can pulse back and forward. Dropping that back knee, either staying up on fingertips, palms, or coming down to the elbow if it's available. Just here for a few breaths. If you're on elbows, you can come back to your hands. We're going to bring right hand to the top of the right knee, finding a twist from here, or maybe bringing that back left foot in towards you, grabbing it with the right hand, making sure you're bringing the foot to the hand, not the other way around, and looking over the right shoulder. Slowly releasing that back foot if you took a hold of it, coming back to plank, finding your vinyasa from here. Meeting in downward. Three-legged dog, left leg up. Bring the left foot to the outside of the left hand in lizard. Rocking back and forth for a few breaths here. Dropping that back knee, staying up on fingertips, palms, or coming down to the elbows for a few breaths. Walking ourselves to our hands if we were down on elbows, bringing left hand to the top of the left knee and opening up through the side, finding a twist, maybe catching on to the right foot with the left hand and looking over the left shoulder. Releasing slowly, meeting straight back in downward facing dog or choosing to take your vinyasa. Coming down to the knees. We're gonna find thread the needle from here. So extending left arm up straight, threading it through, bringing left shoulder to the mat, keeping hand pressed beside the face or reaching overhead. Releasing out of this pose, coming back to tabletop and finding thread the needle on the opposite side, straightening up the right arm and threading it underneath. Pressing right shoulder blade into mat, hand is pressed beside your face or overhead. Bringing breath to the upper back and shoulders. Releasing out of this pose, taking a big stretch up and moving to seated from this position. Bringing legs straight out in front of us, moving any extra flesh out of the way so our seat bones are really grounded in towards the mat. We're gonna bend right leg in towards us, finding a bind from here. Inhaling up straight with the right arm. Exhaling, we bend forward, bending that right elbow. We're gonna grab a hold of the hands if you can reach. If not, you can just have a bend with the right arm and keep the left arm up straight or also keep it behind you. So just finding wherever feels good for you here, not forcing yourself into any position. If your hands were binded, just slowly releasing them, coming back to seated. This time inhaling both of the arms up, bringing left elbow to the top of the right knee, finding a twist from here, looking over the right shoulder. Releasing, straightening that right leg and bending left leg in towards you. Inhaling that left arm up straight. Exhaling, bending forwards, bending that left arm behind you and trying to grab hold of the hand. We're either here or totally fine if your hands aren't connected. You can just keep them bent behind you or keep the left arm straight. Not forcing ourselves into any of the postures. Just finding what feels good for us. If hands were binded, just slowly releasing, rolling ourselves up with a big inhale, straightening forward, bringing right elbow to the top of the left knee and looking over the left shoulder. Releasing, coming onto our backs. From here, we can just find happy baby, either finding stillness or if you want to find a bit of a rock, whatever feels best for you. Just trying to remember to press that tailbone into the mat. So we're feeling the full stretch. And we can release legs down. We're just gonna find a spinal twist from here, bringing left knee in towards the chest, bringing left knee over to the right side, extending straight through that left arm, pressing the shoulder blade into the mat. Gaze goes to the left fingertips. If this feels too intense for you, you can also place the right knee underneath the left. This is a bit more supported, so play around, see what feels best for you. Coming to center. And we can squeeze that right knee in towards the chest and bring it over to the left side, either with one knee or both. Straightening that right arm, pressing the shoulder blade into the mat, gazes to the right fingertips. Coming back to center. We can give a big squeeze to both of the knees, giving ourselves a little hug here. And releasing fully. We're just gonna find Shavasana for a few breaths. So releasing all effort here, taking up lots of space. There's no effort anymore. So just find a nice, relaxing position. And I'll call you back when it's time to reawaken. And you can start to wiggle your fingers and toes, just bringing back some movement to reawaken. Taking some deeper breaths. And you can extend hands over the head like you're just doing. Extending arms above you, taking a big stretch. And we can bring ourselves back to seated. Coming to the center of our mat. Just closing out here with a single chant of Om. You can feel free to join me. Inhaling to chant. Bringing hands to the center of the forehead, we bow forward. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If you'd like to do more of my classes, you can subscribe and hit the notification bell. I post 3 new videos every single week, and I'd love to practice with you again. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much.